of the Sugar Mass season. Can you guess which event that is? Because there were quite a few. Well, it's none other than the Panorama Steel Pan Competition. And today it is our pleasure to be speaking with Cartel Forde, the chairperson of the Panorama Steel Pan Competition. And joining him is MJ Byron, the co-leader of the three-peat Panorama champions, EBJ Harmonics. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, so, wow, exciting stuff. Congratulations, of course, MJ.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, let me start with you since I congratulated you. Did you think you would be three-peating?
That was the plan. That was my goal. That was the objective. Once I know myself, my brother, once we set forth that objective and goal, we're going after it. We're not looking back. So I think about, let's say we finished the song like 4 days before the competition. At that point, I know that we're going to three-peat. The moment we finished the song, I said, yeah, this is it.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Okay, I want to know, what was the festivity like, your group preparing, leading up to those moments before?
Right. So this year was a bit difficult preparing for this Panorama. We started late. We had the song since long time, but we started arranging late, and then we had a stall. It was a arranger's block, we call it. So about for 3 weeks, we had no addition to the song, nothing. And then the band started getting frustrated, of course. The executive, my brother and I had to clamp down and be like, hey, we need to finish this song. On the other hand, we said, we're not going to rush good music. You can't rush good music. So that's why we said we know when the competition was, we told the band we are going to finish in time. We apologize for the delays, but we are going to finish in time because it gives us, finishing early gives us an advantage of getting to drill over and over before. This time we were drilling in between because we know we were backlogged, so we had to drill in between to perfect as we go. So finishing 4 days before wasn't a big issue. But of course, we went on to crunch time for us. That's crunch time. It impeded into our theatrics in terms of performance because we couldn't do a lot of that. But we allowed the music to speak. We allowed our passion and enjoyment naturally to speak for us on stage that night. So going up difficult, a lot of persons wouldn't believe, but hey, we executed because of practice and our preciseness in terms of music. So,
well, congratulations again. And one more thing, the song. Name the song.
All right, the song we chose for Panorama was Nobody Gonna Run Me by King Shortshot. And that came out of a lot of emotions, tunes in that song. I won't go into details now. But it's a popular song, well-known song. The challenge was getting the younger persons to fall in love with that song. That song was around before I was born. All right, so I love calypso, I love good music. So early on, I gravitated to that song. But it was now to get the band, who are all younger than me, to love this old-time calypso. So the arrangement was fused with a bit of that old and new style to get that fusion so the young persons could enjoy it. And they did, based on the feedback from the band. So that was goal accomplished.
Definitely one of many.
One of many.
Nice. So Cartel, it's your turn now. So why do you think that Panorama is the most anticipated event of Sugar Mass?
Well, let me just say good morning. Thanks for having me. Panorama was, is, and will ever be the most anticipated event for Sugar Mass because we cater to a different audience.
Okay.
Local music, regional music, international music.
Okay.
We have a wider range span.
Okay.
Because we have more personalities in the group. As in, for Sugar Mass 51, we had basically 220 individuals to deal with. Wow. 7 steel bands, which is crazy. There's 7 different steel bands, 220 personalities, and we had to cater. And basically, this year was special to me because it was my first time being on the committee.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I was very, very nervous. Very, very nervous.
Okay.
Because I'm such a young person.
Okay.
I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
I mean, I played steel pan before in high school, but it was just being reintroduced into the world of steel pan was very, I don't want to say exciting because it wasn't.
Okay.
It really wasn't.
Okay.
But it was kind of emotional to me because, yes, I played in first form, second form, third form, but I had to stop playing in third form because music at that time wasn't really being pushed to
Yes,
people
you're
for certain criteria. I was considered as intelligent, so they pushed business and those kind of things to me.
Okay.
So gravitating back to steel pan was amazing.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yes.
All right, so backstory a little bit, if you can, Cartel, because obviously this is your first year being chairperson of this committee. Why get involved in this particular competition?
Why get involved? That's a great question. I got involved, even though I was nervous, I got involved because I wanted to answer two questions for myself. One, why is it that steel pan music is not prevalent in society as it was in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s? And how can I, a young person, contribute and shift the momentum of steel pan music? So that is why I got involved.
Two great reasons to
Yes.
get involved indeed. And was there anything different you would say, Cartel, about this year's competition than the last two?
Yes. For this year's competition, we started between 3 months planning, me and my committee, 3 months for a big competition. It's really different because we came out of COVID and we were introducing back the live audience. This year, we were successful in having the biggest audience ever,
Oh, nice.
with over 800 and something people in audience and about 9,000 people streaming online,
Oh, nice.
which was really, really crazy. So I'm really, really proud of that being a first-time player. So I must commend my committee, my parents, MJ and the rest steel pan groups, leaders, everyone. They really contributed to this Sugar Mass 51. So I'm really, really proud of that.
Nice.
Right. So much life.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Okay, you lead with the colors, I'll lead with the life. Colors.
No, I'm just saying I like the colors. See, I'm smitten because it looks so nice when they all stand. I would just go.
And the lighting,
wow.
how it is on it, etc.
Yeah, it's really good. I remember the last performance I saw with you guys, you were in like construction with.
Right. We were road construction.
Okay, and I saw that you had plenty fun jumping up.
Yeah, we had fun. That is it for us. That is how you captivate the visuals of persons who never played before. Because looking at you, listening you, they'll be like, what are they playing? But watching you enjoy it, they'll be like,
exactly.
I want to be there.
Exactly.
So that's the first thing. You have to catch the visuals first.
Okay.
Which was one of the objectives this year.
Yes, indeed.
Colors of the flag.
Yeah. Flag. So that came out of the song, actually. Nobody Gonna Run Me From Home.
Oh,
Think it.
yeah.
That's where you saw the St. Kitts flags all around. So
Nice.
that's the idea of what we do. We don't just wear uniform because
Yeah. And even the movement, the colors move in unison when you move, you see?
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at it again, it's just like you had to win. You had to win. But let me say that the competition this year, Jamie, it was like everybody edging up on the EBJ Harmonics. So it forces us now to go back deeper in the books and be like, hey,
They come in.
pull out some magic hack, something. Because the truth is, I mean, that is again one of the other reasons why we push so hard in EBJ Harmonics. We have the most experience throughout in terms of Panorama.
Okay.
So how do we influence others with our knowledge? How do we influence the entire pan fraternity with our experience? And we put it out on the stage that, hey, this is Panorama. This is how Panorama is supposed to be. Whether we're ready for it or not, EBJ is going to bring that. And we try to do that every year, like up the level. Last year, we said, okay, let's go to the team. A bit more, we're in the construction hats and everything. This year, let's expand the band. Let us go wider and wider. Let us go bigger. Just so that the committee and the federation that we can stifle steel pan. We have to allow the bands to grow. I know we had an early conversation about the numbers, as we had a 25 number cap, and I told him, I said, hey, I have 40 persons ready to play. And he was like, oh, here it is. And he pushed, and I must say thanks to him for extending.
Nice.
We brought persons in as well from Trinidad and Antigua to play with us, just to have that fusion across, again, bringing in that knowledge, bringing in that experience from those countries who would have done it for many years.
Yeah, because steel pans big in both countries.
Yeah,
Antigua
both countries. Just to bring that influence. So when persons like Jamie and you come and be like, I want to invest in something for Sugar Mass, you're going to be like, okay, steel pan is it. And that is what we push. And we got our sponsor this year for Panorama, which is the Island Flavors, jumping on board, supporting the EBJ Harmonics, and we're grateful for that. Kind of ease the pocket a bit, preparing. That is something that is not really spoken about. The money is preparing for this event. Yeah.
Cartel, you the Panorama competition got the notice of the Panorama founder, Nevin Roach. How good did you feel about that?
That was amazing. I mean, when I first got the call to be part of Panorama, his page was the first one I jumped on. I was like, let me do my research. I did my research, went to it, I saw, okay, Panorama is basically the World Cup of steel pan. So
Yes.
like, yes, let me pull some influences. And then I spoke to all the leaders to hear their feedbacks. That is when I decided to increase the numbers, have a bigger stage, just to tweak the criteria.
Yes.
And it was amazing. I mean, Panorama, basically, not Panorama, but steel pan music is one of the founding pillars of Carnival.
Yes.
Even though Carnival started in 1971, I think my maths is right, 1971. Steel pan music was there before that, because it was introduced by Mr. Basil Henderson in 1957. And we had steel pan groups such as the Casablanca and Battalions, the ISO's steel group. So I'm like, what can we do to create this momentum? And hearing and seeing his posts on Win FM was quite moving.
Nice.
I'm telling you. And that is the interest that we are trying to push in the Federation. And I spoke about it before. I said, what can we as patrons do to improve our steel pan music, etc.? And I said, just basically show interest. Interest by people showing up. People came this year. And interest as corporate. No, we didn't have the corporate interest this year. But I can guarantee you next year, we're coming right back.
Nice.
We are coming right back. For all your money. Please note.
Invitation creator.
Well, I gotta say, listening to you both, especially you, Cartel, with what you just said, the wealth of knowledge that you have, I could see why you were chairperson, because you could appreciate the development of steel pan, the way it's been infused into Carnival. So I want to ask you now, not only about the look at the past, but where do you see it going?
Well, I see it developing more. I see, especially you talk about Panorama. My idea is to have my own people, even though we had one person who would have represented us before, Mr. Eros Mentos. I have more people interested in participating, competing in regional activities, regional competitions, doing training. So I have a big mindset, and I really want to push Panorama where it should be.
Oh, nice.
So I'm really happy to be a part of it. Thank you for Mrs. Shannon Hawley, the chair lady, and my mentor, Mr. Samuel Duggins, minister, who really created and allowed me to spread my wings and I'm so happy to reap the success this Sugar Mass.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Any final words to anyone who might be looking? Because I know that you could be intimidating MJ, knowing that you've won so many already, right?
Only
What do
3.
you say? What do you mean only 3? What do you say to anybody who's like, boy, this looks like an interesting thing. I want to get involved. What do you say to them?
Right. And let me piggyback off of. It's 4 actually. Yeah, we won.
I was just putting his leg to see what he was. I like that.
Yes, it's 4 actually.
Good
We won
stuff.
the first
Congrats.
year
Okay.
that we were established,
Okay.
and then
Treat.
Treepy.
Both then?
We had to go back to the drawing board. We take
Nice.
a blow, and then we're like, okay, we got it right. But steel pan, like Cartel said, it's a world-renowned instrument now. It's no longer just a Caribbean thing. It's no longer a Trinidad or Antigua thing, even though those are the 2 longest players in the Caribbean. It's a world thing.
It is.
The opportunities for steel pan don't just end south of the Caribbean or north of the Caribbean. You go to China producing pans now. I mean, it's a little legal battle there, but however, they're producing pans. But it shows to us that we have created a good thing here in the Caribbean, and for us to allow other persons to enjoy it more than us don't sit well with me. So I always encourage my peers, people who are interested, come, just start. I could promise you won't leave. Just start. Those persons who play with us come to School of Pan, or I would have taught them in school or wherever it is before. They just needed a start, and they're here with us still. Those who travel, they're probably gone out there to play a pan somewhere, because the love, it stays with you.
Yes.
It stays with you. Enjoy the stage. You enjoy those big moments. Like, good if they just hear them say you're the champion. Again, and now it's 3 Pete, and
4
next
Pete.
day is 4.
So
I would just, it's an enjoyable instrument. Jamie said he would come last year and year before,
And he didn't come.
and he didn't.
So you have to hold into that this year.
Yeah, and
I mean, he might be the host next year. You never know.
You just been nominated. But this year, because we're in the new year. This year.
Yeah, so just that. EBJ Harmonics have a School of Pan that we do every Saturday. $70 per month.
Okay.
You develop your skills, you teach a little bit of the history about the pan, so you could appreciate as you grow and grow and go more into the art form.
Yes.
So you get that full wealth of knowledge. We it is a part of our mandate to do the theory, music as well. Sometimes that becomes difficult because sometimes the persons just want to play. And the interest is growing. Persons calling, persons want to join EBJ Harmonics. I always tell persons though, it's an elite band. We move very fast in learning. So I won't want to discourage you by putting you in the big pond and you can't swim.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You will get discouraged.
Take your
So
time.
come from underneath, learn, join the big band as fast as you want, and Jamie,
And grow.
as fast as you want, and then you come to the EBJ Harmonics. We had a next player this year, Hannah Williams. She came through the School of Pan just for about a year or so. Superb. She is very good.
We're going to have you bring her back.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a rendition. So at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time, but you know what? This is just part one of a very lengthy and engaging conversation that we kind of have so many different dimensions to discover. So thank you so much for joining us
Thank you,
today.
gentlemen.
We appreciate it.